Pisces, and happy 2026. We're looking at your forecast, right? Early on here. So it's giving you a little bit of insight. So get your notepad and your pen out and write down some important dates as we go along. I'm super excited for you, Pisces. Why is that? Well, there's a lot taking place in this year. It's going to be a quantum leap, not just a leap, it's going to be a tsunami more than just a wave. And that is due to three outer planets, which aren't transpersonal. They're all going to be changing signs here for this year. So this is huge. We're talking about the transpersonal planets, not like from the sun out to Saturn, which rules our day-to-day physical bodies and environment in the 3D. No, this is all the 5D energy coming in. And who is more equipped to understand those type of frequencies than you, Pisces? So let's get started. I'll get back to those outer planets. I've also made a song for it that you can find on my website or here on my YouTube channel as well. But yes, we are going to start talking about Mars a little bit. And I love that because it gives a really good focus on our drive throughout the year. It is going to be moving through 8 of your houses, starting off in Capricorn, 12 degrees, which is in your 11th house for hopes and dreams. So I believe a lot of you Pisces here in December have been working on just that, getting into preparing yourself for what it is you want so you can expand your network and whatnot in this area. And then it's going to be moving through your 12th house, which is more like a pullback, a need to work behind the veil for some time. Mars typically stays 6 weeks in every single sign. And then into your first house, this is when it's really going to come forward. You're going to show the world, right? The first house is you and how you project yourself out into the world. So whatever you've been working on there in the 12th house, it is going to shine and radiate. You might find yourself very physically active and putting more energy out. Love that for you. Followed by another 6 weeks in the sign of Aries, your money house, okay? So you might just see that there's a new stream of income, or you'll be checking into how you can create another stream of income. Mars is very dedicated when it starts digging, right? Third house is communication and how you project out into the world with what it is you're trying to get as far as your messages across. It will be, I feel, something that is different. Why? Well, Uranus has been working in your third house for quite a while, so it's kind of like picking on that and bringing it out as well. Then into your fourth house, home, family, foundation, fifth house, love and romance, your children, and have a lot of beautiful time with them. Sixth house is all about health, your day-to-day routine, how you want to change that up. Ending up 9 degrees in Virgo, your seventh house of long-term relationships, your significant other, or those people you work very closely with one-on-one. So 6 weeks at a time, you're going to be moving through these areas of your life. I would suggest go and check throughout the year, go and check where Mars is so that you can see currently where it's working for you so you can max out on those energies, all right? Then we want to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of generosity. It's the giver of luck, right? It has been in your fifth house for 11 relationships. So in 25, oh yeah, some of you met new love, and or expanding on the love relationship that you were in a very creative, loving way. In the sign of Cancer, you might have felt so nurtured, and you must have been very nurturing as well to your partner, to your children, and so forth. It's all about that heartfelt, warm energy. It is retrograde when we start out the year, and it will be until March 11th. So it's giving you between now and to March 11th to really go back and tweak and sop it all up, Pisces, right? Give it a big warm hug and be in a feeling of being able to receive. That's hard for Pisces. They know how to give. They're not as good as receiving, right? So try to be the recipient of this love that Jupiter wants to just pour upon you. So surrender there. Trust me, you'll be happy you did. By the time we get to July 1st, Jupiter is going to change signs, moving into your sixth house. So now it's all going to be about finding a new routine. Now, Jupiter typically stays in a sign for a year. And for this part, the second half of 2026, you're going to be looking at how you eat, what you eat, diets, and so forth, or how you can increase your health and benefit yourself from it. You might find that it's good to step back, maybe from all the overwork that you've been doing. Jupiter wants to be generous with you, give you more time. So, looking at your schedule, second half of the year, will really be setting you up not just for those months, Pisces. What you're setting, and we always have to remember that a transit isn't just active while it's passing. That's just where it's working to change the format that we're in, so that can last with us for the next 12 years before Jupiter comes back around to give you that very same benefit. So you want to make sure it works for you, not just now, but how do you see yourself in the coming years? So carving out that space, Jupiter is giving you the benefit of a blast. Then let's talk about the Mercury retrogrades of the year. We have three of them every year. The first one starts out in the sign of Aquarius. And so for you, this is going to be in your 12th house from February 26th to March 21st. This is an area where you'll be going back and forth a little bit, tweaking on your subconscious thoughts, maybe programming yourself in a different way. You might also feel that you need or wish to have a little bit more rest, to work a little bit behind the scenes. You're not that much out there in public in these 3.5 weeks, and that's okay. Pluto is there in that house too. So I believe it's more you kind of like tying the knot with Pluto, how you can transform, how you can make things more powerful in your life in a very creative way. So it's inner transformational energy. Second of the Mercury retrogrades of the year will be in the sign of Cancer. It will be in your fifth house. This will run between June 30th to July 24th. So what does that mean? You might have more time, Pisces, to spend with your children in this period. And it could also just be you and your creativity is really needing to kind of, I won't say rehash, but retweak. It's like if you've been so busy prior in the year, this would be the time to take some time off, go back over, tweak. But it's also, since the children are involved, we want to listen to our children, really hear what they're saying, right? Because miscommunications oftentimes come up because it's Mercury in communication. So make sure that you're hearing them, the messages that they're trying to convey. But it's also equally important that you are being heard for things that are important to you that might have been overlooked or passed by in the past. This is a time to balance out those situations. But normally I always like to stay positive when it comes to any retrograde because it's just like giving us extra time or second chances to do things right, to perfect ourselves as we move forward. The third and last Mercury retrograde of the year is in the sign of Scorpio, and this is between October 24th to November 14th, and this is taking place in your ninth house. Ninth house does represent travel, long distance travel too, mind you. If you're going to be traveling here at this time, well, you could come to expect some delays, that kind of thing. Maybe your luggage might be mislocated, right? Just a little extra stress. So be gentle on yourself and just, lay low and get through it. It's only 3.5 weeks and then you will be good. Then let's move on to the most exciting part of this reading, Pisces, and that is the outer planets. And who is better to tune into these frequencies than you, right? You're already guided and led by Neptune, right? I think I did mention early on in the reading that I created a song for you. You'll find it on my channel called The Outer Planets. And it's really easy to learn astrology when we're listening to music. It's the lyrics, right? So feel free to do that. But let's start talking about Uranus, okay? You've had it in your chart now for many years, ever since 2018, in your third house. What has that done for you up to this point? Well, it's the way you've been communicating, what you've been communicating, presenting, and so forth. It's also connection with your siblings and your neighbors, your near neighborhood, and so forth. So that is moving. It is retrograde as we start off the year and will be until February 4th, 27 degrees there in Taurus. But then it's going to be moving into your fourth house. Now, for that, that will take place, let me see here, April 28th. And it's going to be where you live, how you live. It's the foundation of your life. And your foundation is going to be changing up. It's going to be in the sign of Gemini. We know how Gemini talks, communicates, and whatnot. So the foundation of your life now and until 2023, so you have a long time to develop this. It's not all happening overnight, but watch how you're going to be turning your home into something that is different. It's just different. You've built on security, which Taurus represents. So you have that all in place. So now you can expand it into this area of what it is now you want to take out and show to the world and to yourself, not the least until for your family. All right, fourth house is family foundation. You might find yourself living two places. Why is that? Well, Gemini is dual, so you might live half time here and half time there, or wanting to have the need for it, or planning it. Maybe you're planning for your retirement, or planning to buy something up in the mountains or by the ocean, so you can have this and that experience. It's going to be exciting. You're going to love it. That change is going to come to you, even if it's not here today when you're listening to that. But you will see over these years, this is what you're going to be doing. Now, Uranus also, I feel in the retrograde period, it's going to take, this is going to be from September 11th, mind you, and throughout the year. Whatever you're doing until September, this is putting down the first bricks in the foundation, okay? You're acting upon it. You're moving forward. Then, under the retrograde period, you're going to have a little bit more respite from it. You may not be that active outwardly using it, but it's a time for reflection. Look back over your shoulder. What did you achieve so far in 2026 with all these new things? You got to think about Uranus is all about futuristic concepts. Okay, it's spiritual. It's the higher octave of Mercury, so definitely you've been channeling a whole lot more, right? It's very telepathic, whereas Mercury communicates linearly, word by word. We got to wait to the end of the sentence, the paragraph, the chapter, the book, in order to get the information. Whereas with Uranus, it's full downloads. Within an instant, we can see what it takes 1,000 words to express. So yes, don't be shocked if this is going to be tuned up for you. It's like an upgrade. I feel a lot of you Pisces already are so telepathic, and that you're already channeling and have been since you were young. But it is upping it, even for you. All right? That's why I'm excited. The old saints on the icons, they're painted with halos around their head. What did that mean? Yeah, well, we all got it that they were spiritual because they were saints, because we see the icons. But what did it mean? It really meant enlightenment around the head. These three outer planets, there are higher chakras, okay? So it went to show that they were enlightened. They weren't just human. They were enlightened. They were connected to Source, their higher selves, to God, whatnot. And this is really what's coming in full storm here for you. And I feel it's not just something you're going to be harboring for yourself, holding it close to your chest. No, you're coming out with it. You're going to be communicating. You're going to be sharing this because it's in the sign of Gemini, meaning it's time to let go and let it loose. You don't have to live in this protective shell anymore in fear of being judged, right? We are very sensitive as Pisces to be judged. It's like, no, it's time to let that go now. And it's like we've already gone through a division in society and so forth. So that kind of helps. Right now, it's all about your groups, right? Your community and so forth. So you're going to be sharing the foundation of your own life in this and in times to come. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. Venus rules love and all the material things, money and whatnot. Neptune is also your ruling planet, so you're very attuned to that frequency. The higher octave here is our idealism. It's the Pollyanna effect that we believe, that everything is beautiful and can be, even if not here in the 3D dimension because there's so much duality. But where is this going to take place for you? Well, it has moved into your second house of money and income. You have lived with Neptune in your first house for at least a good of the last 15 years or more. So you have shown that to the outer world, your spiritual being and your creativity. So, yeah, you've been working on that. But now, since it's moving into the sign of Aries, your second house, it's really going to bring more so to the forefront how you can monetize or how you can work with it. So you don't have to work in the corporate world, but how can you use your talents and then make a living? We still have to live in this world, right? So for that, I feel it's really, really good. It's going to be with you for so many years. Nothing's happening overnight here either, but just start, opening your mind and communicate with the universe. Ask for guidance. How can I now live and attract income through Neptune in my second house? You're going to be bold. You're going to be brave. Why is that? Yes, because it's now in the sign of Aries. Aries is oftentimes the wave breaker, right? They are the ones that are way showers. They're unafraid, right? They initiate. So you might be initiating a few new things, new trends and whatnot. And we know how creative you are, Pisces. So I'm not surprised to see that you're going to be coming out with magical stuff to the world. This is bringing us to Pluto and the last planet here that we're going to be talking about. It is in the sign of Aquarius, in the 12th house, your 12th house. And Aquarius is also always very future oriented. It listens to the beat of its own drummer, right? It goes its own direction. It's not really one like in the old format, Capricorn. The powers to be, the old structures and whatnot. No, that's been come tumbling down here for you. So you're kind of really happy for it. I think you've been waiting for it, to be honest, so that you can actually be free from the old school way of, again, I'm saying judgment. Not that Pluto judges, Saturn judges, right? But that was in the sign of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. So I think you've been waiting for your free time, your mission time, to come clear where you won't be ruled by the powers to be for who you are and what you stand for, but to absolutely be your authentic self in a very creative way. And so Pluto's going to be helping you with this. I love it for you. It's in your 12th house, which is your sign. So you're going to thrive with it and make it, and develop it to the max. Absolutely to the max. So 2026 is for you. I feel the year that you've been waiting for, not just for years, Pisces, maybe for decades. You've been waiting for decades for this time period to come around so you can let loose what is actually your mission, your life mission. I think you've known it for so long, but now it's coming together for you. And when 3 planets change at the same time, that's just major. It's enormous. It's incredible. It's going to speed everything up. So we're not just looking at waves, incoming waves. It's a tsunami of energy coming in. I know probably you will be the happiest of all signs for this taking place because it's really, like I said earlier, quantum leap, all right? So listen, I wish you the very best for 2026. Give me a like so I can get back on that algorithm since I've been gone for so long. And feel free to drop a line down below. I'm so happy to have you back here. and I will text you back. All right? Have a good one now.